Hello students, I am Santosh sir. Today we are going to start new chapter, that is chapter number 2, Standard 8 Maths. Chapter is linear equations in one variable. First of all, I will teach you the basic things, okay? What this chapter is meant to be, that we have to understand. To understand linear equation in one variable, we have to understand certain things. First of all is 11th standard. You had gone through too many things, we will be making recall of it. First of all, let's talk about the expression. See, suppose if I write here x plus 3 y minus 6, this cannot be called equation. Okay? Why? This is only expression. Okay? If I write x plus 3 is equal to 9, y minus 6 is equal to 15. This is equation. Why this is equation? Because it has both the sides. Okay? Because in equation what happens, that you get the value of so and so variable. It has both the sides. You can see LHS, RHS and the sign of equal. So, the required things for equation is, first of all, sign of equal, and second, LHS and RHS, both the sides. Okay, now one variable means what? We have to understand this. See, one variable means, if I write here x square minus 6x is equal to 9, this cannot be called one variable. Why? Because you can see here the power of x is 2. But if I write here x minus 9 is equal to 5. This is called linear equation in one variable. It means what? The power of x should not be more than 1. Okay? Or you can say the highest power of any variable is 1. Now what is variable? See, variable means alphabets. Any alphabet, okay? There can be any alphabet. Now, linear equation in one variable, I am sure that you might have got. First of all, we talk about equation. Equation must have two sides. Okay, equation must have the sign of equality sign. And the highest power of variable should not exceed 1. It means it should be only 1, not more than 1. Because if it is more than 1, it will be quadratic. If it is more than 2, it will be cubic. Okay. So these all things are very important for you to understand, because in 9th and standard 10th, the chapter comes named of polynomial. In that you will be very clear about all these things. So you have to understand very clearly. Now variable should not be only at one side. Okay? Variable at one side and variable at both the sides. How they come and how to solve the sum, that I am going to explain. Now let's see how to solve the equation. Remember that variable can be at both the sides. Okay? It is one variable does not mean that variable has to be at one side only. So through these two examples we will try to understand. So just take a look. Here you can see that 2x minus 3 is equal to 7. Here you can see variable is only at the one side. Now 3 and 7 consider to be the constant term. Now whenever you are solving equation, you must put the sign of therefore until you don't get the value of the given variable. So let's start. 2x minus 3 is equal to 7. Therefore 2x is equal to, Now here negative number is given. When it moves to the other side, it becomes positive. So it will be 7 plus 3. Therefore, 2x is equal to 7 plus 3 means 10. And therefore, x is equal to 10 by 2. 2 ones are and 2 5s are. So here you got the value of x, that is 5. So this way you have to solve the equation when the one variable is given at the one side. Now if the variable is given both the sides, look at here. Here what you have to do, you have to shift the variables. Okay. So first of all we will be taking this plus y to the left side. So it becomes minus y. So 3y minus y is equal to, this minus y will be moving to that side, it will be plus. Therefore 3y minus y, 3y minus y is 3 minus 1. So it will be 2y. 2y is equal to 10. And therefore y is equal to 10 by 2. So therefore y is equal to 2 ones and 5s are. So y is equal to 5. So always remember that you will be having this kind of equation also. You have to understand variable at one side and variable at two sides. How to solve. Now the required things to solve any equation that will be seen now. So this is about variable at one side and variable at two sides. And now students, to solve the equation we need to understand transposition method. Here we have to understand this method very properly, because in this what happens, addition changes to subtraction, subtraction changes to addition, multiplication changes to division, and division changes to multiplication. So I will be explaining you all these things through one example. So let's understand one by one. First of all, first one, that is addition changes to subtraction. Okay, addition changes to subtraction. Suppose x plus 3 is equal to 5. Here you can see that 3 is plus. Okay, now when we solve this, therefore x is equal to 5 minus 3. So the answer is x is equal to 2. So here you have seen that you taken the help of subtraction to get the answer. So addition changes to subtraction. Now method number 2, subtraction changes to addition. Okay, subtraction changes to addition. Suppose y minus 7 is equal to 9. Therefore y is equal to, see, transposition method means what? That you have to transport the number, you have to transpose it. Okay, you have to shift the number to the another side. So here minus 7 is given, it will be moving to the right side, sign will be changed. So 9 plus 7. Therefore y is equal to 16. Okay, so addition changes to subtraction and subtraction changes to addition. Now we have to understand next, multiplication changes to division. Now you see here number 3, multiplication changes to division. So here also I am giving you one example. Suppose 2x is equal to 12. Right? 2x means what, students? 2 into x is equal to 12. And therefore x is equal to, you can see that 12 will be divided by 2. 1s are and 6s are. So x is equal to 6. So here you see the relation is given of multiplication, which is changes to division to get the answer. And now division changes to multiplication. Division changes to multiplication. Suppose x upon 3 is equal to 5. You can see here 3 as a divisor given here, x upon 3 is given. Therefore, x is equal to 5 into 3. Division changes to multiplication. And therefore, x is equal to 15. So these are the 4 things which, if you understand, then chapter will be very smooth for you to solve. Okay? Addition changes to subtraction. Subtraction changes to addition. Multiplication changes to division, and division changes to multiplication. Here the most important thing, when you are transposing, when you are shifting the number to another side, you have to change the sign of that number. Okay? So this is all about transposition method in linear equation in one variable. And now students, we are going to start our chapter with exercise 2.1. Here I am going to solve some of the sums for you, which I feel very IMP. Rest of the sum you have to do yourself. You have to understand here how transposition method works. Sum number 1. Look at the sum. 6 is equal to z plus 2. So we here want the value of z. So we have to shift our z to the another side. So let's do it. Z, right now it is plus here, it will be coming to this side, left side, it will be minus, is equal to 2 minus 6. You have to understand, here opposite sign plays big role. Your Z is positive, it is negative. 6 is positive, now it is negative. Now what happens? See. Therefore, minus Z is equal to 2 minus 6. 2 minus 6 means plus 2 minus 6 is equal to minus 4. Now, both the sign equal, minus minus plus. So, therefore, Z is equal to plus 4. This is your first answer. Now, same way, second one. 14y is equal to 13 plus 8. Therefore, 14y is equal to 13 plus 8 means 21. Therefore, y is equal to, you can see here multiplication changes to division, 21 upon 14. Now, 21 upon 14 comes in a table of 7. 3s are and 2s are. Therefore, y is equal to 3 by 2. Understood? Now the next one. X upon 3 is equal to 7 upon 15 minus 1. Now you can see here only numerator is given here, denominator is missing. So take the LCM of 15 and 1, that will be 15 only. Therefore, x upon 3 is equal to 7 minus 15 upon 15. Therefore, x upon 3 is equal to minus 8 upon 15. And therefore, you need your value of x, okay? Division changes to multiplication. X is equal to minus 8 into 3 upon 15. So, therefore, x is equal to minus 24 upon 15. And therefore, with the 3, x is equal to minus 8 upon 5. 3 8s are 3 5s are. Now this sum, you have to remove the point first of all, okay, to understand this sum. See here what happens. 1.6 is equal to y upon 1.5. So 1.6 into 1.5 is equal to y. So 1.6 means 16 upon 10 into 15 upon 10 is equal to y. Therefore, now 16 upon 15, so 16 into 15 you have to do. 16 into 15. 5 6 are 30. 8. It will be 240. So 240. 16 into 15. 10 times are 100 is equal to y. 0 0 chord. Therefore, y is equal to 24 upon 10, and therefore, now as the question is given in the point, answer also will be the point. Y is equal to 2.4. So this is the way you have to solve question number 1 using transposition method. You can understand. Remember the relation division to multiplication, multiplication to division, addition to subtraction, subtraction to addition. So these are the sums which I feel very important from exercise 2.1's question number 1. We are going to deal with the problem sums. In this you have to understand the question very well, because if you will fail to understand the question, you won't be able to get the answer. Look at the question. If you subtract half from a number, now number is unknown, you have to suppose that, and then multiply the result by 1 upon 2 and we get 1 upon 8. So first of all, let the number be x. Okay, now our number is x. Now subtract 1 upon 2 means subtract half from a number. So it will be x minus 1 upon 2, and then multiply the result by 1 upon 2 and you get 1 upon 8. So according to question, now understand here, half into x minus 1 upon 2 is equal to 1 upon 8. This is the condition given in the question, that you subtract half from a number. So x minus 1 upon 2, multiply the result by 1 upon 2. So 1 upon 2 and you get 1 upon 8. Now if you multiply half with this x and minus 1 upon 2. So see, half into x means x by 2. Now which sign is given? Minus. 1 ones are 1, 2 twos are 4 is equal to 1 upon 8. Now you have to take out the LCM of 2, 4 and 8. So LCM will be 8 only. You make here cross multiplication. So 4x, 4 into x, and 2 ones are 2 is equal to 1. Therefore 4x is equal to minus 2 will be shifting to that side. So it will be plus 2. Therefore 4x is equal to 3. Therefore x is equal to 3 upon 4. So the required number is 3 upon 4. So this is the way that we have to solve the problem sums. Okay, remember one thing, understand the question very well and apply for the same. And now question number 2. The perimeter of rectangular swimming pool is 154 meter. It means perimeter is already given. Its length is, now see, things are written because sometimes what happens that you may be confused that what to suppose. Here length, about length thing is given, that length is 2 meter more than twice its breadth. About breadth nothing is given. So first of all we have to suppose breadth. So let the breadth be x meter. Now breadth is x meter. Now length. See, your length is 2 meter more. More means plus 2. And twice its breadth. Suppose breadth is x. So what will be the twice of it? It will be 2x plus 2 meter. And perimeter of rectangle is 154 meter. So this way first of all you have to suppose, okay, because according to question we have to go. So we must know, because you have to find here both breadth and length, okay. Breadth actually we have suppose x and your length is already here 2 meter more than twice. So if your breadth is x, so twice of x is 2x and length is 2 meter more. So 2x plus 2. Okay. Now we are going to solve this sum. So according to question, perimeter of rectangular. Now till standard 7, of course we have studied perimeter of rectangle, perimeter of square. So you have to here apply the formula of perimeter of rectangle. That is 2 into L plus B. Okay. Now perimeter of rectangle is already given. That is 154. Now what is the length? That is 2x plus 2. What is the breadth? That is x. Now you have to divide this 154 by this 2. So 154 upon 2 is equal to 2x plus x means 3x. 3x plus 2. Now divide this. 2 1s are here, 2 7s are, again 2 7s are. Therefore 77 is equal to 3x plus 2. Therefore now we need a value of x. So we will be taking to this 3x to the left side. So it will be minus 3x is equal to 2. Positive 77 goes left side becomes negative. Therefore minus 3x is equal to minus 75. And therefore 3x is equal to 75. And therefore x is equal to 75 upon 3. 1s are and 25s are. Therefore x is equal to 25. You got the value of x. Now you have to see that what you suppose. Breadth. So you got your breadth. But in length you have to substitute. You have to put the value of x. So thus the breadth is x meter is equal to 25 meter and length is 2x plus 2 meter is equal to 2. Now value of x you will put here. So it will be 50 plus 2, 52 meter. So this is the way you have to find your breadth and length. See here perimeter is already given, okay? And to make this sum easier, you better divide your parameter, that is 154 by 2. So this way we have to first of all understand the question to make the equation. So this is the question number 2 from exercise 2.2. And sum number 4, first of all understand the question. Sum of two numbers is 95. One exceeds the other by 15. Find the numbers. So here first of all we have to suppose let the first number be x. Now you can see the second number exceeding by 15. So second number be x plus 15. Now according to question, you have to make sum of two numbers, means x plus 15 is equal to 95. Therefore 2x plus 15 is equal to 95. Therefore 2x is equal to plus 15 becomes minus 15. Therefore 2x is equal to 80. Therefore x is equal to 80 upon 2. Therefore x is equal to 40. So now the first number is equal to x is equal to 40 and second number is equal to what you suppose your second number, that is x plus 15. Put the value of x, 40 plus 15. 40 plus 15, 55. So these are the required numbers. And you can see that sum of the two number is 95. So if we will add 55 plus 40, it will be 95. So this is about the sum number 4. Remember, understanding the question is a must here. And now question number 6. 3 consecutive integers add up to 51. Here also you have to see this word add. Okay? And you have to find those 3 integers. It means here consecutive integers we have to write. So let first integer be x. Now consecutive, so you have to put plus 1 plus 2. So second will be x plus 1 and third integer will be x plus 2. Now you have to make addition. Here written add according to question. X plus 1 plus x plus 2 is equal to 51. Therefore, now x plus x means 1, 2 and 3. 3x plus 1, here written 1 and 2, 1 plus 2, 3. Try to understand. X plus x, 2x, 2x plus x, 3x, plus 2 plus 1 plus 3. Therefore, 3x is equal to 51 minus 3. Therefore, 3x is equal to 48 and therefore x is equal to 48 upon 3. Therefore, x is equal to 60. You got the value of x, that is your first integer. Thus, first integer is equal to x is equal to 16. second integer, that is x plus 1 is equal to 16 plus 1 is equal to 17, and your third integer, that is x plus 2 is equal to 16 plus 2 is equal to 18. So these are the required numbers. You have to understand. See, because you are told in the question that 3 consecutive integers add up to 51. So 16, 17 and 18. Now see, if you make the addition of it, 16, 17, 18. Make addition. 6, 8, 14, 14 plus 7, 21. And you got the answer. Okay. So this way you can confirm also your answer in the sums. So this is about sum number 6. And now students, sum number 9. The sums of ages, how to find this. First of all, we have to understand the question. You see the ages of Rahul and Harold are in the ratio 5 proportion 7. See, whenever the age is given in the ratio, you have to directly understand that becomes 5x and 7x like that. Now 4 years later, see later and after, whenever it comes in the problem sum, you have to make their plus. Okay, and if it is before, then you have to make minus. The sum of their ages will be 56. Means your RHS will be 56. Find their present ages. So first of all, let the present age of Rahul be 5x years. Okay. Same way, let the present age of Arun be 7x years. Now look at the question. 4 years later. 4 years later. 4 years later means Rahul's age is 5x plus 4 years, and Harun's age is 7x plus 4 years. Now, according to question, 5x plus 4 plus 7x plus 4 is equal to, now what is given? Sum, that is 56. Therefore, 5x open the bracket plus 4 plus 7x plus 4 is equal to 56. 5x plus 7x, 12x plus 8 is equal to 56. Therefore, 12x is equal to 56 minus 8. Therefore, 12x is equal to 56 minus 8, 16. That will be 48, and therefore x is equal to 48 upon 12. So 1s and 4s. Therefore, x is equal to 4. Here you got the value of x, that is 4. Now you have to substitute, because we have to find a present age. So present age, now we will be making substitution. Therefore, present age of Rahul is 5x is equal to 5 into 4 is equal to 20 years. And Aaron's age. Now Aaron's age, that is 7x is equal to 7 into 4 is equal to 28 years. Now see students, here you have to remember in the question what is written that 4 years later the sum of their ages will be 56 years, 4 years later. Because if you make your addition 20 plus 28, it won't be the given sum, it's 56. So if you substitute the value of 4, where in the after 4 years letters equation, that is 5x plus 4, if you put here 4, then it will be 24. Okay, 5 4s are 20 plus 4. Here 7 4s are 28 plus 32. So 24 plus 32, that will be the given sum 56. Okay, so here don't be mistake on that. Making here addition of the values, we don't reach to the answer, because in the question it is clearly told that after 4 years. Okay, so this is about exercise 2.2's some IMP sums. You have to also apply your hands in this exercise. You should also try to solve some sums yourself. So today it brings an end of this lecture. We'll be meeting very soon to solve some other sums. Thank you and good day.